Hello and welcome. Welcome and hello there. Because that all made sense, didn't it? So today is another of the Versus series. This time I got a script. Do apologise if the eyes keep going all over the place. I do need my glasses for this one. Lots of information. Well, let's get started. So today I'm not doing rock music or bands or anything like that. Today I'm doing a place. The place is in North London. It is Wembley Stadium. So Wembley is one of the most famous stadiums, if not the most famous stadium in the world. It has normally, obviously we'll take 2020 out of that, but it normally attracts over 2 million people a year in sports and live music and entertainment. So, it is a pretty epic place. So, of course, there is your new modern Wembley Stadium, but there was also the old Wembley Stadium. So, the old Wembley Stadium was for 80 years was the National Stadium until it was demolished and replaced with the new stadium of the same name. During its many decades of existence, the stadium hosted finals, among which World Cup, European Championships and a European Cup finals. Wembley Stadium was built to serve as the centrepiece of the British Empire exhibition. It took a total of just, get this, 300 days, just 300 days to build, at a cost of £750,000. Now that's quite a bit of money, let's be fair. Wouldn't mind a bit of that in my pocket, to be fair. But when you compare it to the new £7 billion Wembley Stadium, it's a little bit different. So pretty much in modern money, £750,000 from 1923 equates to approximately £11.5 million today. So thinking about it, not any bad, is it? That's not too shabby. And it was completed on the 23rd of April 1923. Get this bit though, it was 3 days before the 1923 Cup final, which was held there, which was crazy. That final was also famous for being the White Horse final, because the first match was played between Bolton and West Ham, Bolton winning that one 2-0. And after the crowd of what was supposed to be 127,000, they think it could have been almost double that, but they don't really know, because who wants to keep an eye on how many people are actually in your stadium? What could possibly go wrong? Possibly another video on that later. No spoilers, but people could die. Always popular on YouTube, death and murder. Might have to bring a bit more of that onto my channel, see how it goes. But anyway, yeah, so the match was almost postponed, but then a policeman known as, or called Greg Scoy, he wasn't known as Greg Scoy, that was his name, and his white horse Billy drove the crowd back, so the game could actually continue. Then in 1948, Wembley was the centrepiece to the London Olympic Games. Little fact here for you. London has held more modern Olympic Games than any other city. It's because we're the best. And it was hosting the athletics tournament. In 1963, a glass roof was added to the stadium in the same year as the first European Cup final was played at the stadium, where Milan beat Benfica 2-1. 3 years later, the 1966 World Cup was played there. Then the stadium would host a total of 9 matches, among which the semi-finals between England and Portugal, England won 2-1, and then a final between England and Germany. Spoiler here for you, England win that one 4-2. Jeff Hurst hat-trick. Well done, young man. So in the following decades, Wembley would host 4 more European Cup finals. The first in 1968, where Manchester United beat Benfica 4-1. The second in 1971, Ajax and Panathinaikos. Ajax winning that one 2-0. And the third in 1978, where Liverpool beat Club Brugge 1-0. And the fourth in 1992, where Barcelona beat Sampdoria. And if I remember correctly, Ronald Koeman scored there with a great free kick. Anyway, the stadium would furthermore host 2 Cup Winners' Cup finals. The first in 1965 between West Ham and TSV, 1860. Not sure who they are, but West Ham won that one 2-0. And the second in 1993 between Parma and Antwerp. Again, Parma winning that one 3-1. And then in 1996, it would host the European Cup, the Euros 96, with the capacity then brought down to just 76,000 due to the stadium becoming an all-seater. Wembley would host 6 matches in the European Championships. Most notably were the semi-final between Germany and England, when we drew 1-1 but lost on penalties. Gareth Southgate, the current manager there, missing. Yeah, remember that one. And then the final between Germany and the Czech Republic. Again, this match also made history. It was the first game to be decided with a golden goal in extra time. Well done, Germany. Proud of you. A little bit of coffee. And yes, Ariel, I do drink coffee. I don't just drink tea. I enjoy both. Mornings it's going to be tea, then a coffee, and then we'll see where we go for the rest of the day. Anyway, that's got nothing to do with anything. So the last game to be played at the original Wembley was between England and Germany won 1-0 with the Liverpool and Newcastle, amongst other clubs, Didier Hamann scoring there. And it wasn't the greatest way to go. Anyway, shortly after that, the stadium was demolished to make way for the new Wembley Stadium. The most distinctive aspects of the stadium were the white twin towers, which is what you think of Wembley. Also, for me, it's the roof. When you look at Wembley, it's got a very distinctive roof. You know, it's not really thought of. It also had its royal box and the famous 39 steps to go and pick up the cup. So they'd go up on the right, go across, pick the cup up, whether it be the World Cup, the FA Cup, whatever cup, and they'd hold it aloft and everyone would be cheering. Not where now it's more of a European style. Let's get all the team together and then give them the cup and they yay with all your mates. It's good. It's possibly more exciting. But there was just something about the tradition of the Wembley Cup in the old stadium, which when you look at the 1986 final, when Diego Maradona at the Azteca Stadium in Mexico, probably Mexico's most, let's be fair, Mexico's most famous stadium, possibly the most famous stadium in the Americas. Who knows? That's what I would go for. Possibly the one in Brazil as well is up there, but you know, the Azteca Stadium has hosted 2 World Cup finals. Obviously, Wembley has only had its 1 so far, but I'm just waffling now. Do that, don't know if you noticed. So going back to the old stadium then, its final capacity was 76,000. Maximum capacity was 127. But let's be fair, it had more at certain times. But that was supposed to be it. Anyway, so that's the old stadium. We'll come to the verses in a minute, and I will explain to you why one stadium is definitely better than the other stadium because of how I've seen it. I've been to both stadiums, so I have my little reason why one stadium is better than the other. But on the other hand, why the other stadium is better than the other as well. Bit of an odd one, but I think I will convince you I'm right, or Well, in my mind it's right, but whether it's right, who knows? So we'll be going on for 10 minutes. This is going to be a long one, isn't it? Yeah, cheers. Coffee. So, with the new Wembley Stadium, it was reopened in May 2007, but for this one, you don't have 3 days and then, hey, let's get the football going, and let's not just get the game going, let's get the FA Cup final going. That was never going to happen. This one was delayed, and then it was delayed, and then it was delayed, and then it was delayed. This wasn't put up in 300 days. This didn't cost £11.5 million in today's money. Oh no, this was about 7 billion, this one. So, the new Wembley Stadium, as I say, we opened in May 2007, pretty much on the same site as the much loved former stadium. The stadium's 133 metre high arch has become a new landmark in London, and it's now instantly recognisable around the world. The new stadium has quickly re-established itself as the home of English football and is the ultimate live event experience for large football stadium, music venue, and in the UK, with its legendary history, Wembley provides a first-class experience for fans of football, music and sport. It's a perfect venue to stage and celebrate the world's most important live events. Haven't had many cup finals yet though. And yeah, so let's go back to the difference between the old stadium here quickly and the new stadium. So with the new stadium, it is designed to host sport, which it does, and it is also designed to host music. So with the old Wembley, when you think back at its live music events, okay, so we're forgetting the football for a minute, let's look at things like Live Aid, things like Queen live at Wembley. Fantastic gigs, but there's a problem with the old style stadium. It was designed in 1920s. It was great, but acoustically it didn't work. It had certain parts of the ground, so if you pump out noise, what you want to do is the noise to sort of do what it does in a cathedral, I suppose, you know, emanate and sound amazing. Certain parts of the old stadium, it was not designed to, I'm not explaining this very well, but it wasn't designed for music. So therefore, in certain points where the sound goes and it bounces off, a bit like sonar. So sonar is used by marine animals and things to pick out points. So it hits it and it comes back, and it hits it and it comes back. If you're in the wrong spot at Wembley, it sounded bloody terrible. Whereas with the new stadium, the glass in the boxes is designed so that you don't get that point. It is designed so that music sounds great. Old Wembley didn't, new Wembley does. That's a big tick to the new Wembley. So for sound of music, new Wembley is definitely getting an up. Old Wembley gets a down. That's 1-0 to the new Wembley, in my view. Anyway, go back to the script because that's what I have it. Wembley is the home of the English national football team, as well as the FA Cup final and both semi-finals, the Football League Cup final, the FA Community Shield, the Football League playoffs, the Rugby League Challenge Cup final. The stadium is also a regular host of major sporting events, including a regular season NFL game, and is known worldwide for its epic music concerts. We've already done the music. And in the Olympic year of 2012, Wembley also hosted the men's football, or certain parts of it. Certainly the UK Team GB was there, and it hosted 9 matches, including the men's and women's finals. Records tumbling with Team GB's women's team smashing a previous record for a women's match in the UK, and a women's final setting an Olympic record just under 700,000 fans came to watch football at the stadium, and 8% of all Olympic tickets sold were for the football at Wembley. Wembley Stadium is owned by the National Football Association, operated by Wembley National Stadium Limited. I promise this isn't actually a marketing for Wembley. I'm not trying to get myself a box, but if they want to give me a box, yay. I'll take any cup final, don't mind, even if it's got Liverpool in. Anyway, so the new state-of-the-art facilities has set new standards for visitor and performers. All 90,000 seats in the stadium are spacious, close to the action, and enjoy a spectacular, uninterrupted view of the action. The stadium's concourses are wide and airy and easily accessed via lifts, stairs, and escalators. And again, going off script again now, because this is the best bit. This is, you've got a script and you read a script and blah, 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 blah. It's the interactions. So with seating at the new Wembley, again, like I say, I've been to both stadiums. The new stadiums, the seats are so much more comfortable. I went to see a couple of rock concerts. Well, both of them actually were U2 at the old Wembley Stadium, and I went and seen a couple of football matches at the new Wembley Stadium. Seating wise, okay, to be fair, in one of the games we pretty much stood up, but that's not the point. There was plenty of space to sit. You had ample leg room, and there's no pillars because the roof of the new Wembley Stadium is held up by the arch. That's why the arch is there. It's not just to look pretty, it's to hold the roof up, and it supports, I think it's about 75%. It might even have it in the script. Haven't read the script, to be fair. I printed it off the internet to get the facts, but I'm trying to give it to you in a free way. At the old Wembley Stadium, being an old stadium, and if you look in the Premier League at somewhere like Goodison Park is a good old-fashioned stadium, but it has, and Villa Park as well, both good old-fashioned stadiums, but it has pillars. What do the pillars do? They get in the bloody way. That's what they do, as well as obviously hold the roof up, kind of what they're there for. But it spoiled your view. At the new Wembley Stadium, that doesn't happen. The only person spoiling your view is the bloke in front of you with a hat on. But to be fair, the decline, or whatever it's called, is quite steep. So you do get a great view. If you go to any of the modern football stadiums now, I live in Southampton. If you were to go to St Mary's as opposed to the Dell, the view's great. Wherever you sit, you get a great view because you don't have a bloody pillar in the way. Always a bonus. Anyway, let's carry on. So again, seating wise, that's a big up for the new Wembley Stadium. Also, the seats of the old Wembley, they weren't very comfy. We sat in ours for about 10 minutes. It's like, let's get on the pitch. This is not very comfy. And you got no leg room. So that's not just getting it down, that's getting its brown down. Anyway, I'm not Simon Miller. I'm not trying to be. Anyway, also Wembley boasts 4 of the largest restaurants in London. And there's a wide selection of food and drinks available, ranging from the fine dining on the Wembley Club Wembley members concourse to special deals for football favourites like fish and chips, and pie and a pint. The stadium's bars are themed to celebrate historic Wembley events, and there are a wide selection of events merchandise available from the stadium stores and merchandising units located at the stadium's concourse. Yes, I think I am actually promoting Wembley Stadium. That's what it sounds like. Other facilities available to fans include dedicated event program units, plasma screens. Why'd you go to Wembley to watch TV? Cash machines, and more toilets than any other building in the world. Wow, so you can go for a piss then. The stadium is fully accessible with sensory assisted available and more than 310 wheelchair spaces across all levels of the stadium. Wembley is also an exceptional conference and banqueting venue, providing outstanding event space, views and facilities. It has got amazing views. Mind you, do you remember the bit on Harry Potter? Yeah, Harry Potter. That's how we say it nowadays. Harry Potter. So you know the bit on Harry Potter where they go and watch, I think called Quidditch? Am I thinking? I can't remember which film it's on. I think it might be the one with the goblet. Is it the goblet fire? Anyway, Harry and the Weasleys, they go through something and they end up at I believe it was the Quidditch World Cup. Anyway, they've got the cheap seats. And then you've got the villains. And I'm thinking the Malfoys. Not really a Harry Potter fan. But anyway, I remember the kid Malfoy bloke. He goes, "Oh, Father's got us seats with the whoever's." Someone. He goes, "Oh, if it rains, you'll be the first to know," and all that malarkey. In these seats, they look like they're almost in the sky when you're in the stadium. It's bleeding huge. So anyway, that's me rambling. Rambled on enough. 20 odd minutes. I think that's going to do for a video here. So, it's a versus series. I've got to pick a favourite. If I was to go and watch music or sport, 100% the best stadium to get to, the best stadium to be in, the best view, all day long, you're going for the new Wembley Stadium. So, as a stadium for what its functions are, 100% without doubt, it's going to the new, amazing, superb Wembley Stadium. So there it is, 100%. It's new Wembley. But how can you give it to the new Wembley when it doesn't have the history? When it doesn't have the iconic look? Yeah, the new Wembley has its own unique and iconic look, but it's the Twin Towers. It's where Bobby Moore picked up the World Cup, the White Horse final. Sadly, Southgate missing that penalty. Didier Hamann scoring the very last goal. My two U2 concerts I went to. Live Aid, Queen live at Wembley. All the hundreds of other football matches and live events. History, 100% for me, is going to the old Wembley. Now, because of this one, sadly you can't go to the old Wembley. You can't go and look at it. It was there. If you've never seen it, go on the internet and ask for a picture of the old Wembley. It's got a amazing look. It looks imperial. The new stadium, it's fantastic. Does it have the same look? No, of course it doesn't. It wants this. You don't want it to look the same. You know, you want it to be different. You want it to be original. It's a great stadium. Like I say, you know, I live in Southampton and I never went to the Dell. I'm actually a Portsmouth fan. I never went to the Dell, but I've been to St Mary's a few times. I've seen a few football matches there and I've seen a live band play there. And it's great. It's just, problem is they all look the same, don't they? All these modern stadiums. You take, you know, St Mary's or you take, I don't know, similar size one. They don't look too dissimilar. They're practical. They're built for what they're built for. And pretty much that's what you want. So for me, overall, the new Wembley wins, but the history, that's going to the old Wembley. So I hope you enjoyed that ramble. Went on a bit, didn't it? But please do, when you got half an hour, you know, you can watch EastEnders in this. When you do get half an hour, please do watch, like and subscribe. And if you don't like bits, then, you know, let me know. Anyway, that's me done. Take care, everyone. Goodbye. Oh yeah, by the way, is it just me, or is the end of the video where you get to see the thumb go to the button, is that the best bit? Probably not. But anyway, I thought I'd bring that up just to make it over the 25 minutes. Anyway, I'm actually going to go now. I do hope you all have a good weekend, if it is the weekend when you're watching this. If not, enjoy your day, morning, afternoon, evening, or the middle of the night. It really doesn't matter to me. Just make sure you enjoy it. Anyway, that's Wembley Stadium. That's Wembley Stadium. Done.